Faked you out there, didn't we? But it's time for a little Vertigo. Now, Cole, I know you're a noted Vertigo enjoyer. How are you feeling about the map in old CS DOS?
It's just as good as it was in Go, because they didn't change it at all. It's just still the best map here. We're gonna see.
I think there was a tweet recently going around, something along the lines of was it a Nico tweet? Something along the lines of Vertigo was bad. We'll say bad in CSGO, and somehow they made it worse in 2. Anti-Vertigo propaganda out on the timeline. You want to set the record straight? Well, Shane does with headshots. Oh, he picks up the noodlies as well. Gets himself some more. It's looking good right now for old Shane Areno. That's a badass game and get the bomb planted. And now get the old ramp defense.
I'll just
smoking a kit for this retake, Cole. This could happen.
100%. Retake ability, a big part of Vertigo. It's such a good map here. We'll see if they can do it. They're taking a lot of damage on the inbound, but at least they do have the smoke on top of the bomb to get ammo. Alpha's just trying to jump onto the defuse here. The knife is out, and the backstab comes through right before the defuse can roll on out, and that'll be around secure there. Badass. They continue their success into the next map.
Do we see the second round ult? That's a lot of money for Shane. He got 3 kills, including that knife, right? 5,500. Already has the armor up.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. They know that, you know, Rocket, our team that loves to get the force buys in. And they sure will force buy, but they're just gonna get the AK instead. There, Shane, locking that one down, and no AWP in play here.
I don't mind it. He probably said, "Hey, Dare, do you want an op?" And then he looked at Dare and saw he already to Mac 10 and said, "Nope, never mind. I ain't picking that up."
They all have, or at least a lot of them do have head Kevlar, so it's Mac 10's actually gonna be a little bit less effective here on a round like this.
Elk full glassed. It's not a glass can. It's just a glass, actually.
Just a little, you know, pop maybe.
Yeah.
Easily breakable.
We'll pop
especially
a
with the FAMAS. Ooh, this is a double boost setup here.
They're fully committed into this. Interesting that Badass, you know, they've been milling about for a little bit, expecting some sort of aggression, some sort of something to come their way, but you can tell they're very suspicious. They haven't seen contact at all. They're wondering what the heck's going on.
When you don't see anything on the T side as well, you're going to start clearing these boosts because you expect aggression in a round like this. And so they do break apart one boost. We'll see if they break apart the other.
No way they expect the second. There we go. All right. If at first your boost doesn't succeed, well, there's another boost. Now there's 4 players here, and they know this. But they're opting to continue. Keep it on, and Aleph is going to punish them for it. A 1-for-1 trade there on the ramp, and now he holds on to sandbags. Badass Gaming just really committing into these fights and getting spanked for it. That's going to be a massive coup around there for Rocket. I mean, look, they had the full time to consider, hey, we saw 2 boosts. That has to mean 4 players are here. Should we rotate? Nah.
Yeah, that's a big deal. They didn't even like cut noise or anything as well. They just saw the boost, got killed by one of the boosts, and then said, let's go into those 4 players. And obviously, again, you know, you cut noise in those situations, you maybe even pause. You can still later on down the line, because there's still time left, re-execute into that site, but they just committed to a bit right there. And just costing their life here. A little bit of lack of smokes on the ramp side of things. The utility is missing for Rocket, and that costs 2 players right there.
Oh, now they're gonna rotate. Now they're gonna rotate.
Oh, they learned their lesson.
They figured it out. Oh, no. They were just checking the flank. They actually don't know there's a second site here. Well, I'm unconvinced they're aware of the B site yet.
Yeah, some teams don't really figure that out there. A lot of teams, very good Vertigo teams, will utilize that B side and that mid side of the map pretty effectively. And, you know, it's still early days, right? We're only 3 rounds deep so far, but we'll see if Badass ever do test that. This time they have cut noise, though, and I can appreciate this. They're doing exactly what they need to be doing in a round like this here. They've got the man advantage, and now they're hoping that by maintaining a little bit of silence here, Rocket will start to feel uncomfortable, maybe start to get aggressive in some fashion. that's not going to be really the case here. They're going to get those left and right smokes down range, and maybe they will utilize that other side of the map. No, they're just running up side hall. Ooh.
Fizzle of a molly. Bomb's going to be planted. Doesn't look like Aleph is interested in trying to deny that. You do have Cero, previously Marcus, trying to go for a little something here, and it is going to work out. Right, already on the defuse. I don't know if they realize this. They do now, but defuse on. Round stolen away. Why not, Rocket? No one's going to survive, but the round is yours.
I mean, Aleph and Nero, because they did win an eco as well, still have plenty of money, so it's a victory. It kind of feels like a hollow victory, but they actually still have money for an AWP. Rifles included in the mix, and Elk whips out the Negev. He's trying to figure out what to cook up here. We'll see if that is his end goal. And no, he does sell. And the Mag 7. And the FAMAS. I love this so much. You get to see the thought process live right now into what sort of firepower that they want to use. Elk really didn't want to go with the FAMAS. Anything but the FAMAS, he said, and then finally he's like, alright, fine.
The only thing... Okay, I'll stack on, but I'm expecting more. Eventually, it's an even exchange, which... I guess traditional logic says favors the T's. But look at this, they're going B. They're taking B steps. The bomb's going to group up with them. They know they've showed this Discord in towards mid, so players are going to clear it. Maximum one player here deleted on the initial peak, and life's going to be very tough for Elk. Hunted down by the high explosives, swinging back out, trying to deny this bomb plant, but he has to wait for his teammate to get there. Apparently, he does not have to wait, Cole, is what we've learned. But maybe he should have.
You don't have to wait if you peek before your teammate gets there. I don't really know how much of a retake effort Nero could have ever put through there past, that point, right? You're wanting a little bit of help to come through there, but I don't think there was many options. He was smoked off. They could have waited out that smoke, something along those lines, like you were mentioning, but patience not being put on display there.
No patience.
No.
And I mean, now you're going to see the problem, right? Yeah, you won that last round off of a sneaky defuse, but you lost everybody. You dropped that to pistol. You got no money. You got the saw. What are you going to put around it? 4 players at double eco now. 4 players.
So you're going to get a force buy here, of course. We get the timeout here coming through for Rocket. Get a chance to discuss what they want. They've already won 1 force buy. I feel like that was more on Badass making a couple of mistakes, but they were still able to execute on those mistakes. And this time on this force buy, they have an op to back them up, so it can be some extra influence. But there's Badass using all the prongs of the map right there, using that mid control, taking 3 players to take care of that trade, but it's enough. And then finding that success on the B side as well in that transition period for Rocket.
So I will tell you, Cole, the one thing I don't like about being able to sell back, I think it is generally a good feature. I think it's smart. I think it's good gameplay innovation. But if we'd had this in Go, we never would have gotten that iconic clip. Sean Garris telling Ricks, buy it, then buy a smoke, Ronnie.
He's back too. Roka's been playing some CS too.
Roka? I mean, that was Ricks.
Oh yeah, it was Ricks.
It was Ricks. Good old Ronnie. Oh, Droid getting frisky here with the pistol. Somehow the force buy's working again. How does this keep happening? Look, the op finds one. That's all well and good, but the 5-7 picking up a brace of kills. Can't be allowing this to happen again and again. Hitting the pause button, our Badass. Snav just stuck here at the bottom of the stairs, covered in smoke, hoping that someone comes looking for him. Gives him a kill to light their way back into this round. But Droid's gonna tuck. These players are isolated. That's the one thing for the CT side. They're completely isolated from one another. Nero's going on a flank maneuver with the op. All right.
It's an adventure.
Let's get weird.
This is going to be all on Droid though right now, and he doesn't have HP here to really tank some shots. Will he get cleared? He does. Nice kill from Project 90. Here's where this flank can be a little bit more interesting though. He's very fast on this. Nero might have them caught a little bit off guard, but as they take and meet no resistance on this site, they're going to start to anticipate it. And yeah, that box just gets there in time, just saves himself the strife here. Now a rifle picked up instead. He's going to be met by some flashes here.
That's a great flashbang, great execution. Cut off one end of this assault. Now Nero says, you know what? Nah, it's not happening. It's not happening. Give me back my up. I'm out of here. Sayonara. So badass slide into the lead to capitalize on what they were able to do on these slightly meager rounds.
I love that they both flashed for each other to take those fights. That's really cool.
Yeah.
In unison, they flash the flank and that fight towards jump up right there. Great way to manage that 2v2.
And also very positively reflective of their comms, right?
Yeah.
Just that you, in that instance, either have that protocol set up ahead of time, which is impressive, or you just have the wherewithal to be like calling for both flashes at once.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely the case there. Badass, clearly quick on the communications. You can see the chemistry in the server, and that, you know, voids the scare of what could have been another force by victory for Rocket. Fortunately for them here. The opposite play though, Nero, he's been very diligent on the saves and putting that extra pressure to find the opening pick. You can understand the goal there, and just gets met by the instant kill. We've got right now Nero, or yeah, that is someone playing the cringe spot. I don't remember who it was though. They do have a dedicated cringe spot player to cover the flanks right there. I'm sure that they can win those rounds.
I bet you're just using that as the technical term, the cringe spot.
Yeah,
we gotta come up with a better call for that, for broadcast.
I mean, he's not there anymore, but
if you're,
anyone's holding flank, you're in the cringe spot, right?
Yeah, so Cero, if you're looking at what he's looking at right now, if you followed his crosshair left all the way in the corner there by the stacked particle board, that would be cringe spot for anyone who's not familiar. That is the cringe corner. If you're looking to secure your team's flanks on Vertigo, you sit there, you got the cringe. They are not able to clear you without setting themselves up for pain. Those beautiful red bars.
Yeah, I mean, even Vertigo got a little bit of a buff on the bomb of all the maps there. This map felt like I think the bomb did the least damage in Go. It was very weak, so here in 2, they've given it a little bit of a buff. I feel like this was like the map that they needed to buff it on, if anything.
Could be a faster B play here. Look at this. Taking stairs control early. We really haven't seen much of this from Badass. They've been a little bit more interested in this B site lately. Maybe they figured out that Droid's holding it. Don't want to bring that fight in. Bring that narrative through for us. Well, boost isn't happening. Are they really trying to reassemble it after making that much noise on it? No, okay. I was gonna say, once you gave up the audio cue, that boost is over.
Yeah, I mean, they were hard watching it right there, so trying to get some vision. They did go for a second chance there, but did give it up pretty quickly thereafter. And now they're going to retake this ramp control. You know, fake some presence early towards that B side, but walk up ramp here. Slow play coming through, but they're going to be prepared here. No, it certainly doesn't look like it. Alf, it looked like he was completely asleep at the wheel there, watching that ramp control. Didn't expect for them to get, you know, contact walked up on right there. And that's going to leave the safe side defense a lot to be desired. Best case scenario, you run through that sword and get one, but that's best case. And it's the worst case instead. Instant save called out here coming through.
That's gotta be. Once Elk goes through and gets nothing, I think he thought he had that kill finished and flicked away, and yikes. That's just gotta put, that's gotta be the exclamation point. That's gotta be the ender there. Yeah, Aleph getting caught completely out in the open, right? Maybe didn't read that the smoke was fading. Maybe he had a mistiming in his head, but that's a tough one. Hard to justify Once it happens, you're donezo. Now, can any of these guns survive?
Wow.
Project 90 thinks not. He's having himself a game, isn't he?
He's been super sharp here. Okay. And straight through the wall there on a Nero. Not a single gun saved. He was looking sick on the T side entries towards, you know, the B side there. I was talking a little bit about, you know, what entry work he's been doing so far. He has been incredible, and that continues now into Vertigo. An official Vertigo Global, it feels like right now. He's 11-2 at the moment.
Full swing on the ramp, but they're ready for it. Badass know that playbook. They're ready for it. Aleph now got a rifle. Won't get a chance to use it. This one's starting to look a little one-sided. We will have the best gun buy that we've had for Rocket in, I think, this entire half. See what they can do with it. Nero's got the alt back out. They've got some utility behind it. Distinct lack of kits to the moment. Aleph could pick one up. Please. No kits.
What? You save him for next round.
No. It's not kit gamers.
Saying,
You say,
better
who
not
needs a
lose this
kit?
one.
We don't let him plant. That's a nice nade.
I think that was a T-side nade.
No. No,
There's
that was
no
through
way-
it was through the little window in mid.
It bounced like that, though?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard
There's a
one
certain
thing
spot
about
you can
that.
hit that it just goes
It
down.
must be a jump throw then, because that was perfectly placed onto him. Zero doing some good damage here early. They're taking the elevated angle right now to cover this jump up position. Silent dismount successful, and he's gonna have 3 players swinging him. And he locks in 2. And the HE finishes off Snav as well. So a massive round there. The setup with the HE, and finally a clean round converted here for Rocket. Their first one. They got a nice scrappy force buy. They got themselves the ninja diffuse there where all 5 went down, but this is the first time that they've locked in a solid gun round here.
I think there may have been a TK stacked in there. They all lined up, and the AKs all went one direction.
Yeah,
That's all. I mean, look, you take it if you rock it. Certainly, walking into your crosshair, you will take that every day of the week.
As well, he wasn't playing like exactly on that headshot angle that a lot of people would clear. He was like right there, tucked in, a little bit to the left. So I don't think anyone was super keen on clearing him. He takes so much damage. Safely. Oh no, not so safely. Out. Chase him.
Yeah, you're not getting away from that one. No way, no how. No chance, Reno. Interesting to see mostly A4s. Cero's rocking the A1S. Obviously, you can equip both now. That is the change. F1 race car peak there from Frankie, but now we just got the 1 car of Shane. Reinforcements here. Cero's come in to support. Gets caught with utility in hand. Shane just about slips the gap. 50 seconds. He needs to go back for the bomb, and he knows it, but they don't. They don't know. They've given up control, and Elk's actually rotated off. Oh, this is huge. But he's coming back towards B. He's misread it.
But now
They've
they're
completely
leaving.
misread it. Cue Yakety Sax Cole.
That's about all we can do here. We were expecting some chaos here. These rotations are so wild, though. I feel like this round's still being put on a timer, though, right now. Is he going to throw any utility to give up his position? I don't think so. He's just going to clear it straight up, and that's going to give him a huge advantage in this round right now. Yeah, taking full sight. Clears out quad, and this is finally utility, but he's already got time to plant the bomb at the very least. In a 1v2 that's very workable here.
Most importantly, he can get off this. They don't have HEs, but obviously you got to be careful. Oh, around the corner. Shane, 1 bullet would have done it, but speak about 1 bullet.
Oh my God.
Oh, he only needs 2. Oh, headshots for Shane. That's a ripper of a clutch.
That's your pure confidence coming through right there from Shane. The repeak on 1 HP on both those players. They would have never expected that. They thought he was going to tuck and cover right there, but not the case with Shane. Swings for the fences and knocks them down here. It's a pause after that one to let it sink in as well.
Ooh, I need to let that one sink in for me. That's disgusting. That's filthy.
Such
You
a
thought you
smart
had
way to
that.
play it right there. I mean, you could see their thought process right there. The only way he wins it, if he tucks into that corner, yeah, maybe he has a chance to land some quick shots, but you know he's getting pre-fired right there, right? So the only way you win it is if you take those fights, if you swing with confidence, and that was never something the Rocket were expecting.
No, not at all. And now they're staring at a 7-round minimum, right? They've lost this half. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. Question is recovery, and they're having to do some creative financial accounting to even get the buys together here. They've never really been able to put away a piggy bank. And if they lose this, we're looking at a potentially disastrous half. Aleph eats a nice little he-nade early on. See those smokes get blown away. Still mostly using the HEs for damage as opposed to smoke clearance. But everybody from the CT side is very much ready for this fight. Speaking of which, Elk somehow not burning. Sure. Definitely intended Molotov behavior that he's able to stay in that corner.
But they cleared though. Jeez. I thought he might have the element of surprise at the very least, but they are just getting leveled on this A side. Frankie, Shane, and Dare are able to triple up there with only one trade necessary. They're gonna still stick around here. Nero is committed to the bit of living on this side, but it's only a bit, as he will do a little bit of damage there. Takes him down to 1 HP. That HE, I think it fell off the map. Oh no, it did land. Droid goes, or rather, Project 90 goes down to it, but again, no kit. Best case scenario, you get out of here, saving.
Definitely needs to. Their money is going to be atrocious. 8 rounds on for Badass. Reminder that Badass is up a map, having closed things on Rocket's pick of Ancient. And, well, this Rocket right now, it's looking like one of those where it blows up in the atmosphere.
Oof. Yeah. Again, they won a very solid round to get their third, but the other two, where I felt like, you know, kind of a mistake from Badass, where they just, you know, doubled down into the site that was stacked, and then the other was just a ninja defuse there with the smoke spam not coming through in time. So even when you look at the grand scheme of this half, it has just been dominant, even past the scoreline from a lot of these rounds here. It feels like Rocket haven't had much of a say here in this CT side. One more round at least to put a little fight back. It's not the prettiest of purchases either, though.
So they're trying to get up in their face in mid. No one to receive him. They're fighting forward, though. They know they don't have a lot sustained for the long game, so trying to condense the angles, trying to maybe get an advantage here early. That nade is chunky. Oh, the follow-up kill even better. All right, Troy knows his lineups. But he is lost, and they know where the last player is as well. Not able to collect Nero punishing them for that. A little bit overzealous perhaps in the B-Steps fight. And now Badass down to just Dare and Frankie. May have let Rocket off the hook.
They're just gonna stick around here, taking a nice off angle. If he gets one more, that's way more than what you can expect. But with this steep angle, you're gonna get some pretty quick rotations coming through. We'll see what more Nero can find. I think he's maybe caught him on the fade. He will catch a kill. Doesn't take any damage for it. Now the pistol tries to trade him out, but Nero will just take it straight on up. Rocket will walk away with 1 round extra credit towards the tail end of the half.
Second half underway. Badass with the old double up on the Rocket scoreline, but as we've seen, these leads can quickly evaporate. It's just 4 rounds. Cole, it's just 4 rounds.
That is all you have to do to pull this one back here. Rocket definitely need a good second half, though. A good T side to bring in some energy here into this roster. Should be able to get themselves into a post plant here. The flashbang to retake before they even plant the bomb, though. Wow. And it does lead to all the pieces falling here. Nero just left into a 1v3 clutch. He does find the first. He runs out of ammo with the USB, though. They don't even give him a chance to plant the bomb. And instead, they just charge through the smoke right there and take care of business.
Yeesh. Talk about a way to rub in the advantage immediately, right? Yeah, just deny the bomb plant, deny everything into the round, shut them down. And at this point, Rocket, you're just trying to think, okay, if we save here, how many rounds do we actually have to make this thing happen? Right, Badass is going to be 3 away from closing this game away. It does feel like, I mean, at least for us as commentators, you're kind of reevaluating what different scorelines imply for the state of the map. And it's got to be the same thing for players as well, right? You're thinking, well, okay, so if this goes to a 10-4, what is that the equivalent of like a 12-6? Like, where are we at? Are we 12-5? Like, what is that? What does that moment mean for me in terms of how I need to be treating the economy?
Yeah, I mean, you've said it before here, but Counter-Strike is a mental game, and while those adjustments might come through long-term, it's questionable to see like how early you start to feel those adjustments come through. And sometimes Vertigo, you can really build up some steam on the T side, and it can feel easy to string rounds, but right now, you said, with the sort of deficit, and you know, do we see that mental resiliency out of a team like Rocket? There's some tough questions here, and on top of that, of course, you're playing up against your opponent's map pick, where you have to pull this comeback off of all things.
Mm-hmm. Just gonna go for the Glocks, a couple flashbangs to try and facilitate a little something. That's the CT flashbang. Ooh, Frankie actually doesn't clear. It's gonna get a little fun, but it won't. And indeed, this one's looking clean early. Skipper of an HE as Droid tries to find something, anything, out of the Glock. But the jumpin', the pogo sticking MP9 will make sure that's not going to happen. Nero, you've gained the A site. But you ain't got no bomb.
No QB sneak here.
No.
And I think that Badass knew what they were going to go up against as well with all these MP9s. It is going to leave this, first gun round a little bit questionable for Rocket. They'll have AKs, whereas you're going to see nothing but MP9s come through here unless they want to reevaluate, get some better weaponry rolling. They do have that, option to them. Will they go for it here? Will they invest, or is this just going to be a big bonus here? They're going to completely roll in the utility department here, but what are they going to do with 4 MP9s up against AKs? This is not going to be an easy round.
No. Well, it is Vertigo. There's some stuff you can do, right? I mean, the old mid push, the smokes, then get really frisky on the A ramp. There's some ideas. Old B step fly through. Ooh, 3 players again aggressive down by the B steps. They're bringing the fight. It's gonna work out. Project 90 trading out his SMG'd up teammate. But now Snap being lost, advantage is on for Rocket. I was in towards mid, I believe, that they lost Snav.
Self-flash from Elk to move through the smoke. That's incredibly risky right there. I think he even got lost in it. So he'll dive back on out here. Dare goes for a peek. Not sure if he spotted anything, but felt the need to fall a little bit more passive towards side hall now. And Rocket still questioning where they want to end. The decision being made towards that A side here. Dare over towards side hall now. Long range duels, just chip damage. So he doesn't commit to these long range fights there, which is key. But he's losing space here on the A site. Yeah, Elk missed opportunity though. He doesn't slide in just in time.
Now he knows. Now they know. Smokes up. They're being denied. They're being slowed. There's a flank coming through from Elevator, but that's a big kill from Elf. That's going to distract. It's going to allow Elk to get into position. Well, can't seal the deal just yet.
Oh, we got another.
Now it's just Elk. A 1v1. Dancing around. What can Shane do on the edge of this like Batman through the smoke? But Elk was in the perfect spot to shut that down. So Rocket, they're not done just yet. That's far from a sure thing.
It's a huge round right there for Rocket to start off this comeback effort. But of course, the implications of losing this round here, everyone has to reinvest completely into this one. Except for Droid, who's been tossed over the AK. So you let this one slip here, and I feel like that is the end of the road for Rocket here in this series. Gotta make this thing work right now. Forward. So Economy's gonna be in the dirt. So ramp fight takes place there, trying to break that smoke apart as much as possible here with that A4, and spamming through the metal beam right there. Does do a lot of damage on Dare. Puts him on notice here early. Again, they're going to lurk out towards middle here.
Tragic 90 has been lethal, man. He's not gonna have another chance. Ooh, not going to do it this time. Aleph catches him. A little sleepy. Shane gets the kill, but that pulls his focus away from the steps, and that's the way to hit. He's coming. Zero in the corner. Gets one traded. That could have been a lot worse for Badass. They're looking to try and shut this down, but Rocket have gained purchase in towards the site. Molotov will slow this bomb plant. There's actually 2 more mollies. Time's going to start to be an issue if these HEs and mollies get into position in time. Oh, they do. That's denied. The kill doesn't come through. How is Droid not burning? Okay, it does spread. That was ambitious. To try and plant with the molly right next to you. Now there's only 25 seconds. There's no more utility for the T side either. Rocket are just going to have to do this with the guns. And Nero can't even fire with the bombs down. It runs down to just Dare, and he can't get the kills. So Rocket do make it work with the rifles when they need to. Utility not enough to hold them at bay.
Oh, such good chaining right there with the Molotovs, HEs, finding the kill, but that timing on the aggression. Rocket, instead of, you know, potentially putting it into a 2v1 with the player occupied by the bomb plant, they just take the fights in the 2v2, which probably your best way out of that round right there, and it is going to give them 6 at the very least. And that's opportunity for more, considering that has cracked the code of the economy here. Badass on the USPs. There is a P2 killer as well. Or is that a P250? I can't really tell.
Nah, it's P2K. Got some things.
There it is.
I'm gonna be doing. You can't hear it yet. Definitely P2K on that.
Yeah, that one was definitely.
You tell me the P2K's. Oh, no, the Zeus didn't land. He still gets the kill somehow.
Oh my god, madness.
I'm just saying, until they buff the P2K sound, I'm not switching, because you got the sleek little, and then you got the cap gun I bought from the dollar store when I was 8. Bat, 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 bat.
The thing is, those headshots really do roll out, though. I can't lie. Even on gun rounds, I feel like it's all the more possible here. We got a timeout. Last one called out from Rocket. They believe in themselves here on this comeback. And honestly, after the fight back that we started to see here.
Look, here's my question for you, Cole. We used to say, you know, when a team was having a really one-sided blowout, you know, team's up 13-6 or something, and the comeback starts to happen, we'd say, well, get to double digits, and then we'll consider it seriously. What is that equivalent now?
I think Rocket have closed the distance here enough to pull off the comeback now. Like, Badass isn't on 12. They're not on series point right now, so Rocket at the moment here are still in a good spot here. They probably want to continue to close out in these gun rounds, but I would say if Badass are on 12, there we are. If Badass are on 12, I would say you want to get yourself to like 8 here, but this fight on towards the ramp, Frankie able to succeed. There's so many smokes right now on the server over towards that A ramp side of things that no one has vision. No further trades taking place. And they're going to readjust now.
I mean, you got the 5v4, you can back away, right? There was a moment where you saw the Badass players think about furthering the A ramp fight, and then think better of it. We got to stack up here in mid. Elk, he's not looking very healthy, but he is going to come out the better of that fight. Very lucky to chase. Oh, it was close enough. It was close enough. I think one particle of shrapnel hit him, and he's gone.
He was walking right towards it.
Oh,
It just
no.
blows up in his face. That is tough.
Cinches the eyebrows, and that's enough. Spot now on. The jig is up. The bomb was spotted as well to boot. Cero using the mechanics there. Speaking of mechanics, where'd they go for that fight? But,
Whoa,
what is happening? Peeker's advantage at its finest. Now Aleph is just now coming up the stairs. Ooh, spotted? No, they were looking the other way.
They believe he's mid. They're 100% certain that he's mid right now. That's not the case, though. Left has a chance here in this 1v2. Needs another sharp headshot. Frankie will put it to rest. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like Sarah either got caught on that Peeker's advantage and didn't see what was on his screen or something odd. Something off
It's going to be really interesting once we have the point, because a lot has been made about, you know, Peekers versus who sees what at what time. Once we have, you know, and with competition, now we should be able to get this, both perspective recordings and also the GoTV recording. That's where we're really going to get a sense for how bad it is. Because right now you have moments like that where it looks like they're staring right at each other and one's just not pulling the trigger. You have to imagine that that's a little bit of the advantage coming into play. Dare taking full advantage of this moment, and this could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Droid is alone. His teammates dashed upon the rocks of the A ramp, and 4 players to find to try and make something of this round. First, the second as well. They're giving him the fights, they're giving him the duels, and suddenly Droid made this look like it's in the realm of possibility, but the MP5 of all things, why not, puts him to bed.
Oh man, I was a little bit nervous even so. You can see that MP5 wasn't outputting the most damage right there. Could have been fumbled there. Is not fumbled though, and this is kind of the dream scenario here. A couple of these players, yeah, they're going to be rocking Galil's no utility. Zero still has enough money to rock an AK and some utility as well, but you love to be in this spot as a team here when you know you're going up against a lesser weaponry round and you're 1 round off of closing out the series. We'll see if they can finish the job. This will be their easiest opportunity to do so right here up against this purchase. They let this one slip. It's going to be guns once again on out here for the T side. It dropped. It is recovered. They do find success out of the gates, and it feels like we might just see Rocket out with a whimper here. 2v5.
Hold on to Aleph. Got some magic for us? Oh, you're not going to find it in spawn. You're going to have to go forth and conquer. Oh, man, on. I mean, they're making no secret of the fact that they're hunting. That's a little ambitious from Shane, but into the next angle. Aleph. Not going to get her done. Low percentage, not going to happen. 13-7, the 2-0 for Badass Gaming, looking by far the stronger team in this one, Cole.
Yeah, for sure. Again, 2-0 here and a confident one at that. A fantastic job in closing and finishing the job right there. Vertigo looked super comfortable.